Have you ever felt like your energy levels aren't what they used to be? Maybe after a meal, instead of feeling refreshed, you feel sluggish or even a little dizzy. If you're over 60 and dealing with diabetes or prediabetes, what you eat can either be your best medicine or your worst enemy. And today, we need to talk about the foods that could be quietly making your condition worse. You might be eating some of these foods every day without realizing just how much they're affecting your blood sugar, your energy, and even your long-term health. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to avoid and what to replace them with so you can feel better, stay active, and enjoy life to the fullest. So let's get into it. The first food you need to watch out for might surprise you because it's often labeled as healthy. Fruit juices. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, fruit is good for me, right? And yes, whole fruits have fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that are great for your body. But when you take the juice out of a fruit, you're basically left with a glass full of sugar. That fiber that helps slow down sugar absorption, gone. What's left is a concentrated dose of fructose that can send your blood sugar soaring. Even juices labeled 100% natural or no sugar added can be a problem. Take orange juice, for example. 1 cup of orange juice has about the same amount of sugar as a can of soda. And without the fiber to slow things down, that sugar hits your bloodstream fast, causing a spike, and then a crash, leaving you feeling drained. So what can you do instead? If you love the taste of orange juice in the morning, try eating a whole orange instead. The fiber in the fruit helps regulate how your body processes the sugar, keeping your energy stable. And if you just need something refreshing to drink, try infused water. Just add slices of lemon, lime, or even cucumber to plain water for a natural boost of flavor. Now, the second food on our list might seem harmless, but it's actually one of the biggest culprits behind blood sugar problems: white bread. Most people grew up eating sandwiches, toast, or a slice of bread with dinner. But here's the problem. White bread is made from refined flour, which means the fiber, vitamins, and minerals have been stripped away. What's left is a simple carbohydrate that turns into sugar almost instantly once it enters your body. This causes a quick spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash that leaves you feeling tired and hungry again in no time. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up bread entirely. Instead, swap out white bread for whole grain or sprouted grain bread. These options contain fiber and nutrients that help slow down the sugar release into your bloodstream, keeping your energy steady throughout the day. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one might be a little controversial because so many people love it: processed meats. Think about those easy, ready-to-eat meats like bacon, sausages, hot dogs, and deli meats. They may be convenient, but they often come with hidden dangers: added sugars, unhealthy fats, and preservatives that can increase inflammation in the body. And inflammation is a big deal when it comes to diabetes. It makes it harder for your body to manage blood sugar, leading to higher levels and greater health risks over time. If you love meat, the key is choosing better quality options. Instead of processed meats, go for fresh, lean cuts like chicken, turkey, or fish. And if you still want that smoky, savory taste, try seasoning your meats with herbs and spices at home rather than relying on store-bought deli options filled with additives. Now, we've already covered some foods that can sneakily wreak havoc on your blood sugar, but we're just getting started. There are still more common foods that might be in your kitchen right now, causing spikes and crashes that drain your energy. Let's keep going and talk about the next big one. Now that we've uncovered a few surprising foods that can spike your blood sugar, let's keep going. Because the truth is, some of the most dangerous foods for people over 60 aren't just the obvious sweets and sodas. They're hiding in everyday meals disguised as healthy choices. Take flavored yogurts, for example. Many people believe yogurt is a great choice for gut health, calcium, and protein. And while plain, unsweetened yogurt can be beneficial, The flavored ones you find in most grocery stores are a different story. Many of them are packed with added sugar, sometimes as much as a candy bar. Think about those little fruit on the bottom yogurts or the ones labeled low fat. What they take out in fat, they usually add back in sugar to make up for the taste. And when you eat that, your blood sugar levels shoot up, only to crash later, making you feel sluggish and craving even more sugar. But here's an easy fix. Instead of reaching for those sugary yogurts, go for plain Greek yogurt and add your own natural sweetness with a handful of fresh berries or a sprinkle of cinnamon. This way, you still get the benefits without the sugar overload. Now, let's talk about something that's a staple in many homes but can be a hidden danger: breakfast cereals. If you grew up eating a bowl of cereal in the morning, you're not alone. But most cereals, even the ones labeled whole grain or heart healthy, are packed with sugar and refined carbs. Some breakfast cereals contain more sugar per serving than a donut. And because they digest so quickly, they leave you feeling hungry soon after, which can lead to overeating throughout the day. So what's a better choice? Swap out sugary cereals for something more blood sugar friendly, like oatmeal or chia pudding. If you go for oatmeal, make sure it's plain, unsweetened oats, and then add your own toppings like nuts, seeds, or a little bit of fruit. This will give you lasting energy without the blood sugar roller coaster. Now, speaking of foods that mess with your energy levels, we have to talk about fried foods. I get it. Fried chicken, French fries, crispy snacks, they taste good. But here's the problem. Fried foods are loaded with unhealthy fats that can make insulin resistance worse, making it harder for your body to control blood sugar. On top of that, many fried foods are breaded in refined flour, adding even more simple carbs that turn into sugar almost instantly. And it's not just about the sugar impact. Fried foods can also lead to weight gain, inflammation, and higher cholesterol levels, all of which increase your risk for serious complications with diabetes. But that doesn't mean you have to give up crispy, delicious food completely. Instead of frying, try baking or air frying your foods. Air fryers can give you that crunchy texture you love with a fraction of the oil, making it a much better option for your health. All right, now here's a big one. One that's in almost every restaurant and takeout meals, and even in home cooking: pasta and white rice. White rice and regular pasta might be comforting, but they're also stripped of fiber, meaning they break down into sugar very quickly. And when you eat a big plate of pasta or a bowl of rice, your blood sugar spikes fast, leading to that familiar crash and fatigue afterward. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up pasta or rice entirely. You just need to make a better choice. Try whole grain or chickpea pasta instead of the regular kind. For rice, switch to brown rice, quinoa, or even cauliflower rice, which is lower in carbs and won't spike your blood sugar as much. The little changes you make now can have a huge impact on how you feel every single day. And we're not done yet. There are still more foods that could be silently sabotaging your blood sugar and your energy. Let's keep going. We've already uncovered some everyday foods that can secretly spike your blood sugar, but we're not done yet. Because sometimes the things we think are the healthiest choices can actually be the biggest culprits. Take fruit juice, for example. You might think, it's just fruit. How bad can it be? But here's the problem. When you drink juice, you're getting all the sugar from the fruit without the fiber to slow down how fast it hits your bloodstream. A glass of orange juice can have as much sugar as a can of soda. And even if the label says 100% juice with no added sugar, your body still reacts to it the same way it would with a sugary drink. So what's the better choice? If you love the taste of fruit, eat the whole fruit instead. An orange, for example, has fiber that helps slow the sugar absorption and keeps you feeling full longer. And if you're craving a refreshing drink, try water infused with fresh fruit slices or a squeeze of lemon. It gives you that natural flavor without the sugar overload. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you: energy bars and protein bars. These are often marketed as healthy snacks. And while some can be a good choice, many of them are just candy bars in disguise. They're loaded with sugar, artificial sweeteners, and refined carbs that can send your blood sugar levels on a wild ride. If you need a quick, healthy snack, go for something simple and natural like a handful of nuts, a hard-boiled egg, or some hummus with veggie sticks. These options will keep you satisfied without the sugar crash. Another food that many people don't realize is a problem: canned soups and sauces. These might seem harmless, but many canned and packaged soups contain hidden sugars and unhealthy additives. Tomato sauce, for example, can have just as much sugar per serving as a cookie. And when you add that to pasta or rice, you're getting a double dose of blood sugar spikes. But here's an easy fix: make your own sauces and soups at home. That way, you control what goes in, and you can use fresh ingredients without all the hidden sugars. If you do buy canned soup, look for ones labeled low sugar or no added sugar, and always check the nutrition label. Now, we've covered a lot, and you might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of foods to avoid. But don't worry, it's not about completely eliminating everything you love. It's about making small, smart changes that will help you feel better, have more energy, and keep your blood sugar in check. Because at the end of the day, your health is in your hands. And the good news? You don't have to do it all at once. Start with one small swap. Maybe switch out your morning cereal for oatmeal or replace white rice with quinoa. The little changes you make now will add up to a healthier, stronger you in the long run. So if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on living your healthiest life after 60. And let me know in the comments, what's one food you were surprised to learn about today? I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care, stay healthy, and remember, you're never too old to take control of your health.